welcome to Studio 5. TobyMac, the Little Mermaid, and Stillwater are all on deck this week. So let's get things started with the countdown of this week's top 5 stories in the world of uplifting entertainment. We'll begin with number 5.
At number 5.
People think they know my story, but this is our story.
It's a Studio 5 first look at the story of young LeBron James, shooting stars, streaming to Peacock June 2nd.
See you second, coach.
You on the team here?
Nah, but I could be if you're lucky. Me and my boys, we've been balling with each other since we was like 10. Call ourselves the Fab Four.
Let's go then! Get up! Hey!
We can win you a state championship, guaranteed.
I was just trying to find good kids. They all kind of balanced each other out. Willie, both his parents addicts. His big brother took him in, saved his little brother's life. Shion, we just want Shion to work off a little bit of his baby fat. Drew was born with basketball in his blood. I picked LeBron because he has skills and he was a good kid. His mom just wants a spot where he can be safe and not get in any trouble.
Come on, pose, Denzel.
We value all the talent you boys are gonna bring to this school.
Oh my goodness, look at y'all. And now tell me, which one of y'all supposed to be Carlton?
Oh, stop.
At number 4.
After becoming a box office hit in theaters, Jesus Revolution was also a smash in the home movie industry. The faith-based film climbed to the top spot this month in DVD and Blu-ray sales in the U.S. The movie tells the story of a hippie-led revival in the 1960s and 70s that launched the ministries of Chuck Smith, Greg Laurie, and others. While the film's success may have stunned Hollywood, it did not surprise Greg Laurie, who told CBN News he sees God at work through the film.
People are hungry for this, and I was amazed when I saw how it outsold movies like Top Gun, Avatar, and the new Ant-Man movie. Like, why are people wanting to see this? I think they've heard about it. They heard about it in the theaters, because I've never heard of a movie in a theater that had people breaking into spontaneous prayer and worship.
Well, that begins our countdown and brings us to this week's powerful sit-down. We caught up with singer and songwriter TobyMac on tour. We talked about some of his newer releases, including the tune Cornerstone, which includes touching lyrics about relying on God through times of hardship. He was inspired to write the track after burying his firstborn son.
Head down as I punch this clock. The hours roll, they never stop. And I can't ever seem to get ahead. Always trying to do what's
Now,
right.
Life After Death is your latest full project, and it's been a while. What made you decide that now is the time to release new music into the world?
I put out records about every 3 years.
Yeah, I'm wondering, where's my promised land?
I take 3 years because I like to live a little bit of life and experience some things. That's about when I live enough life to write a record about it.
I won't give up on this race. Broken, but I still have faith that this old life is all part of a plan.
This one was hard. It's called Life After Death. I lost my firstborn son in 2019. So most of the songs are about the journey from losing him to where I am today. I'm thankful that God is in the hardest places and that He meets us in the deepest valleys. I chose to trust in His promise that He would never leave me or forsake me, and He's remained true to that.
You ready, man?
Okay.
And you collaborate with Zach Williams on one of the songs. It's called Cornerstone. Tell me about it.
That song comes from a heavy place, man.
But I'm still standing on the only rock I know. You're my cornerstone.
You know, I stood in front of people at a park in Franklin, Tennessee, in a field at my son's funeral service, and I thought I knew what I wanted to say, you know. But something different came out, and it was the beginning of that song. I looked at my family and I said, we have to rebuild because our world has been shattered. Our hearts have been shattered. We have to rebuild. And I said, we're not going to build on the promises of this world. We're going to build on the solid rock. We're going to build on the cornerstone.
It's so inspiring to see you using your own tragedy and turning it around to honor God. Tell me about that journey.
All along the way, there were just the right people that came and talked to me. I remember driving to the session, maybe it was 4 months after, and I was like, I felt so strange. I was like, am I actually going to just write a song like everything's normal? Like everything's still the same, just like I used to go write songs? How can everything be the same? How can I just do what I always did? But I pressed on and I walked in and there's this one guy there, Kyle Williams. I remember he was just so warm and so, I don't want to cry. He was just so tender with me, you know, and so kind. I happened to be reading I decided a few months before Trua passed to read the Bible from the beginning to the end. It really helped me. It really helped me. And when I was reading the Bible from the beginning to Genesis to Revelation, I came across that scripture that led to that song, The Goodness, which said that God is rolling up his sleeves. And I thought, wow, the God of all creation is rolling up his sleeves on my behalf. And it led to that song.
Through the good and the bad and the ugly, I can still see the sun shine above me.
I think the goodness is important, and I think the reason it is because no matter what valley you're in right now in your life, no matter how hard someone's life is, whatever they're facing, I think maybe that song could inspire someone that they could make it to where they see God as good.
You are.
Through the good and the bad and the ugly, I could still see the sunshine above me. Lord, I love all the ways that you love me. You're the good, you're the good, you're the goodness.
Some good news for you TobyMac fans out there. The tour continues. He's got stops in August, September, and November. Be on the lookout for a stop in a city near you.
Still ahead.
Sebastian, if you had just seen it up there. The ship rode on the wind, and they filled the sky with fire.
Okay, listen to me. The human world is a mess.
We dive under the sea to bring you a look at Disney's latest long-awaited live-action remake.
I'm just so excited for people to see The Little Mermaid. Ariel has drive and passion and gumption.
At number 3.
I can't wait to get on the road again, everybody say.
A country music legend opens the pages of his life.
Have you ever wondered exactly why Willie Nelson just can't wait to get on the road again, and what inspired that song and his countless other hits? A new book will get into all of that. It's called Energy Follows Thought, The Stories Behind My Songs, which will tell the backstory of 160 Nelson tunes. The country music icon turned 90 this year. The book will be out in October.
At number 2.
After the nationwide vote, the winner of American Idol 2023 is Iam Tongi.
That's going to leave us with just one more story to share in this week's countdown. We'll bring you that #1 story in just a little bit. We're now pleased to report the wait for Disney's latest live-action remake is over. The Little Mermaid and all of its historical influence hits theaters this week, and we've got your Studio 5 first look.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing.
When I first saw the original Little Mermaid, my whole world changed. Like so many of us little girls, we all just wanted to be mermaids.
I think The Little Mermaid is an iconic, powerful story. It was important to expand and make it a fuller experience.
This Little Mermaid reflects what it means to want something greater for yourself.
Part of that world.
Now that's a voice.
Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing.
I literally do not understand how this is all happening. It just gives me chills thinking about it.
The character of Ariel is a girl who feels displaced. She wants something more, and you feel that in every pore of Halle.
The outpouring when we released that teaser, and just kid after kid being like, "You're like me." The world is so excited to see this role. I'm really excited for that moment to finally happen.
Up where they walk.
We are on set every day, and there's always a beautiful, very soft melody that she's just humming along to. I never said anything. I never wanted her to stop, just to feel Halle be that Little Mermaid. I think we're going to feel that for a long time.
I'm just so excited for people to see the Little Mermaid. Ariel has drive and passion and gumption.
Halle is one of the most memorable and incredible experiences of this job.
The music in The Little Mermaid, like I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Strings. The songs really do transcend the film itself.
Words. There, you see her, sitting there across the way.
These songs feel like they've always been there. You might not have listened to it in 30 years, and the second you hear the first notes of it, you know the whole song.
And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl.
The Little Mermaid songs are so timeless. We lost Howard Ashman, the original lyricist, who's a genius. So my great hope with this film was to expand the movie, honor Howard's work, and tell the story in a bigger way. And the antidote was Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda. They're both great collaborators.
Little Mermaid was kind of the gem of them all. There was what Howard and I created. And so it's really exciting working with Lin. He's fearless.
These songs are sacred texts to me. It's probably as responsible for me falling in love with musical storytelling as anything in my life.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete?
Howard Ashman set this incredible standard as a lyricist. I think Part of Your World is one of the great character songs of all time. It is both this soaring ballad, and it is utterly conversational.
Up where they walk, up where they run.
With Halle Bailey singing, this just fills my heart.
When she sang Part of Your World, it was so moving to me. She does it with such depth and such passion. It actually takes on a new life.
I remember thinking to myself, this is a really cool moment. I'm just gonna take a picture in my head and remember this forever.
Halle Bailey, when she sang for us, it was so emotional. She set the bar, and no one ever surpassed it.
Someday I'll be
Just a dream come true.
part of your
The original animated classic was released back in 1989. Now you can catch the live-action remake at a theater near you beginning May 26th. Right now, it is time for this week's Studio 5 Snapshot. Here's your look at our story in pictures.
A junior stargazer convention is spectacularly disrupted by world-changing events. That's how creators describe the film Asteroid City. And some of its stars, including Tom Hanks and Scarlett Johansson, made an appearance at the film's premiere at the recent Cannes Film Festival. These images from the work are this week's Studio 5 Snapshot. Just moments away.
You have a story for everything, Stillwater.
That may be true.
A preview of the Peabody and Emmy Award-winning series Stillwater, making its return for a third season.
Stay connected with CBN News all day across our platforms.
Welcome back to Studio 5. We've got a preview of the third season of the Peabody and Emmy Award-winning series Stillwater. It's an animated adventure that has three siblings faced with everyday challenges, big and small. Some feel insurmountable, but this trio has Stillwater, a wise panda, as their neighbor.
Gil, there you are. Were you exploring over here?
I see. Carl, perhaps you can introduce Koo to your friends the same way you introduce them to me. Everyone usually feels more at ease once they have been acquainted.
Oh, I forgot. Coo, this is Heather and Nolan. Heather has a pet lizard named Clyde, and Nolan likes trucks. Hi, Coo. It's nice to meet you. Guess what? Somebody's moving into the house across the street.
I'm Molly. This is my twin brother, Leo. Twins?
Have a look at what I've discovered.
Beautiful indeed.
I love it. How's it going?
It doesn't look like what's in the book. I'm not an artist.
There's a creative, expressive person in all of us.
You have a story for everything, Stillwater.
That may be true.
Nice! Wow. This is the party I want to be at.
Stillwater Season 3 is available right now on Apple TV+. Well, we have made it to the final story in this week's countdown of the 5 best headlines in the world of uplifting entertainment. Take a look at what is finishing on top this week.
At number 1.
We all write our own stories.
Where is Richard? I'd like to speak to him. I'm here.
This time, that's me, the Mero Mero, Mr. Richard Montañez. I'm the guy who helped bring the world the most popular snack it's ever seen.
Are you ready?
A huevo. I've been ready. All right. It was a little bit more like this.
It's a Studio 5 first look at Flamin' Hot from filmmaker Devon Franklin and the directorial debut of actress Eva Longoria.
Spicy? See, that's how I got here. Dear God, please forgive me for the gang, the drugs, the stolen cars.
What the heck, man? Let's move it.
Hey, he is pranked!
I sent out the script to, about probably about 15 directors. And out of the 15, about 12 directors came in. I took every meeting. When Eva walked in the door, I said, here's our director. It was just, she had, she was clear, her vision, all the what she wanted to do to the movie. And then once we brought her on board, and she really reworked the script and brought in a new writer, Linda Yvette Chavez, who made it even more authentic. And then being on set with Eva during production and then during prep and post, she's unbelievable.
Flamin' Hot streams to Hulu June 9th.
I know I don't look it, but I got a PhD. I'm poor, hungry, and determined, sir.
Okay, I can see you're gonna be a weird one.
Welcome back to Studio 5. Music fuels this production every week, and lately with The Little Mermaid hitting theaters, it's the voice of Halle Bailey. Take a listen and you are sure to understand part of your world is playing in my ear.
What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Bet you on land they understand, but they don't reprimand their dogs. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand, ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore above out of the sea? Wish I could be part of that
Time flies. We're just about out of time for this week's Studio 5, so let's take a moment and look ahead to next week's show.
Today, I teach at times about a place called Africa. She say our mamas come from Queens over there. That means that we, royalty.
Wrapped up in purple, we have a look at a Christmas gift from Oprah.
Get off my land!
I write you every day. Daddy! Nothing
Nothing but death can keep me from it.
That is next week. Before we say goodbye this week, we've got time for just one more thing. And we're going to return to TobyMac for that one more thing. He's got this week's final word.
I'll just be totally honest with you. The world's a hard place, and it can be overwhelming. I think we feel as artists or as businessmen or as people, hosting television shows, I feel like whoever we are, we feel like we gotta go kick doors down. And I think as a believer, we're servants. We're called to serve the King. We're called to move at his request. And I don't know that looks like kicking a door down. It might for certain people, but most people, God opens the door. We just have to be the person that tells him we'll walk through them when he opens them.
TobyMac, thank you. That is a great final word for this edition of Studio 5 and this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then come on back. See where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.